What is up, everyone? So there has been a meta shift recently with the introduction of mech zangief. Okay, the last video I made was with Royal Balrog for Path of Trials, I think, and that was because Banquet Fei Long came out, and Banquet Fei Long kind of changes the meta, right? But now, since mech zangief came out, by the way, he's now $100. So if you missed the 50% off deal, well, you're gonna have to wait a while before it comes back as $50 again. So he's still $100, which is really expensive. So I don't suggest buying him. In fact, I don't suggest buying anything in this game. But if you want to be competitive, you're gonna need him now. Okay, so what's the difference with the meta now than before? If you've been paying attention to any of the Crusades, okay, any of the Crusades, let's look at last week's, right? Last week's. The new meta is this now. It's gonna be Mech Geef, Street Poison, Banquet Fei Long, Fire Adon. Over and over and over again. This combo is so easy, you cannot mess up. Okay, you no longer need to use Flame Chun-Li and count 50 pen stacks and quit if you don't get 50. No. This is like 10 times easier. You just spam the combo and just cross your fingers, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. Problem is now, this is 2 legendaries. So if you are, let's say, free to play and you usually borrow a Flame Chun-Li, well, you can't really do that anymore because you need 2 legendaries now, and these are 2 different legendaries. It's not like you can just use Flame Chun-Li because almost everyone owns a Flame Chun-Li, right? And it's not like you can just use Flame Chun-Li and this new legendary. No, you need 2 new legendaries, and these are the 2 newest legendaries too as well. So you can't just like free to play your way into Crusade anymore. You're gonna need these 2 to stay competitive. Now you can still use Flame Chun-Li and be like good. It's just that it won't be the best, okay? Like, and there are some bosses still that still use Flame Chun-Li. Like currently, I still use Flame Chun-Li for this boss, right? I still think Flame Chun-Li is useful in some bosses. Just that I think most bosses is gonna use Mech Geef and Banquet Fei Long. Now, if you look at the previous event, this Nightmare Rose one, okay, you know, do you remember the time when on a multi-boss fight and all you had was Flame Chun-Li and that was enough to take care of top 10? Okay. Well, and then they kind of started like bringing other units that made it so like if you don't have Flame Chun-Li, you know, you can still compete. Like let's say like you have Viscon Vega, or you have Overlord Bison, or you have Leonardo, right? Like those 3 DPS units, they do well on their own. You know, they can kind of carry you to top 10, right? Maybe even top 1, right? But if you have Flame Chun-Li, you know, it's like back then before any of those units existed, Flame Chun-Li was all you needed, right? Flame Chun-Li was more score than you can possibly combine with the other 3 teams, right? We're back at that stage again with Mech Geef. Okay, so if you look at Mech Geef here, okay, Mech Geef is just dominating the meta right now. Right now, Curse Iris did very well with Overlord Bison, but like regardless, like you look at my teams here, right? Like I kind of messed up with the Overlord Bison team, but that's not the point. The point is, Mech Geef and Banquet Fei Long by themselves is enough, okay, to just blow all the other teams away. Okay, we're back at this point again. Let's look at the previous boss. Same thing. Okay, the other 3 teams don't even get close. Don't even get close to one team here. All right, so you know, I always thought like maybe did they even know what they did when they released Flame Chun-Li? How that she was so good that I don't think they knew how strong she was. Well, and then they released her again, I think in SCA, and now I think they nerfed her, right? Well, we're back at this position right now where like, do they even know how good this team is? Like, did they do this on purpose? I don't know, right? When they re-release him in SCA, is he gonna be nerfed as well, or was this their plan the entire time? Maybe they're like, you know what? Maybe we should like double down on the legendaries here. Let's make them really, really good. Because the last 2 legendaries before those 2 were, who were they? I think they were like, I didn't even buy them. They were so bad that I had to question myself. Why was I spending money on these useless legendaries, right? Because I bought Banquet Guile. I bought Banquet Guile, and I was like, man, he kind of sucks. I feel really bad. He kind of sucks, right? And then this Fashion Hana came out. I'm like, okay, he's not worth my money. And this Vacation DJ came out. I'm like, okay, what are they doing here? Why are they making these legendaries that I just clearly don't want anymore? Okay, and you know, something must have clicked in their head. They must have been like, hey, we got this player here. He usually buys every legendary, and for some reason, he did not buy these 2. You know what? Let's make some really, 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 really good legendaries from now on. So Banquet Fei Long, this guy's insane. This guy is like literally insane. Like with him, you can clear any stage in chapters. You can clear any stage in Supreme Fist, and it's not even funny. It's not even funny how good he is. I don't know if you guys have doing Supreme Fist now. Now we're on 800 stages now, right? Like literally, I have 2 teams that are literally like unstoppable in any of these challenges. Okay, It's literally, you don't even need Vega. It's not even her. It's literally Banquet Fei Long, X, all right? Like, your C1 could be anyone, right? And then Banquet Fei Long again, all right? And then let's say Fire Adon. Let's say Fire Adon, okay? Fire Adon, Vega, like, it doesn't matter. Vega's probably the fastest, right? Like, this will clear your stage in, like, I don't know, like 20 to 30 seconds. All right, 20 to 30 seconds, right? Fei Long here, this will clear your stage in, like, 30 seconds about. So this, I'm gonna think. I'll just do this, all right, into this, all right, into this. Like, I'm not even trying here. Banquet Fei Long, he literally just drains the meter from the enemy, right? I don't have to time this, right? They're like 10 times stronger than me. I'm not timing anything. I'm just spamming here, okay? This is how strong this team is. It's not even funny how good this team is, right? Okay, so Banquet Fei Long, he's using PvP, he's using bosses, he's using chapters. Where is he not used? He's so good, right? So this legendary is insanely strong. And then, right, they lose zangief. All right, I'm just gonna quit this, okay? Zangief, all right, makes it so that your #1 team is so strong, okay? It just doesn't make, it makes the next 3 teams don't even matter. Now, if you still have Flame, if you still use Flame Chun-Li, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. You just might not hit #1 or #2 or #3, or you just might not hit as high as possible as the other people with Banquet Fei Long. And what I don't like is, I think this is the direction we're moving, right? Like, now there's a lot of legendaries that suck, okay? But these last two that came out, they're really good. Oh, actually, let's get back to this point here. Now that's the strong team, right? And this right here is still my favorite team. This team right here, clear a stage in 15 seconds or less, right? This team right here, one-shots anyone. And you watched my previous video, Ferosa got so good. He literally carried me the entire way, all right? Throughout chapters, throughout Supreme Fist. This team is just unbelievably strong. Either way. So we're now in this situation now where if you want to compete, you're gonna need like some SSS tier units, right? And you're gonna need some SSS tier legendaries. You know what? Now I think about it, if you want to hit top 10, these 3 teams down here, look, you look at every single unit here, right? They are all either divs, legendaries, collabs, or they're just expensive. They're just expensive, right? You don't even need it. You don't even need these anymore. All you need is this up here. I guess it's $100 still, which is quite expensive. But all you need is the first team right here, and you can hit top 10 easy. You don't even have to try. You don't even have to try. This team is so easy. You don't even have to try. You just spam Zangief, Poison, Fei Long, Adon, and you just get a high score for no reason. Okay, now, first of all, there's a new unit that just came out. Okay, we're talking about here. What's her face? P-Star Poison. Okay, P-Star. Is that what she's called? Hold on. Draw, special. P-Star Poison. Okay, yeah, that is hers. Okay, so this is new unit came out. Okay, now she's kind of whatever, right? She's okay, I think, in some areas. Like, she's really hard to kill her. But the thing is, right, her assist is really good. Now, these previous bosses, right? Like this one right here, you have to fight against 3 camis, which is crazy, right? You gotta fight against Christmas Blanca and Christmas Rufus, Santa Blanca and Christmas Rufus, right? A lot of damage, right? The thing about the new assist is, right? You put the assist, right, on like a team like double bisons, right? And you know double bisons can't die as long as you have a 3rd or a 4th on the field. You put someone like JP, all right, and you put, or Vega or whoever, right? It doesn't matter who, right? You put someone with the poison assist, right? They will not die. Okay, they will have a really hard time dying, right? And then just heal up, and then your other bisons keep popping, right? Like, you look at this team right here, right? Against 3 camis, right? 3 camis. Okay, and now I did a poor run here, right? But if I didn't mess up, I would get like 8 billion. Okay, JP would literally live to like near the end of the fight, and these 3 camis are just constantly just wailing on the entire team, including JP. But JP, as long as it's really hard to kill him because he has a poison assist. Okay, so I think that's where you should probably use poison assist, right? Poison, right, as an assist and not really on the field. She's kind of okay, right, in some places, but like not really, right? She buffs your team, but like I'd rather just buff like a really strong person on your team and let the other people carry, right? So, right. But other than that, there is a maintenance coming up. Okay, maintenance coming up, and we don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like the past 2 months has been kind of slow. All right, it's been the SS units has been kind of like trickling down very slowly, and all the things that are coming. Like what they've been giving us here is like a Div remake, which are pretty useless except for Feral Sagat. A re-release of a legendary that was like kind of bad, right? I think. Are they even? Do I even see them here? What's the latest one right now? It's like Grant Trail Perks. Which one? Can I even see it? I don't even know which one it is. Do I see it here? Is that the Maw? Is it the Perks? Is it the Maw? Here we go. Jonin Ibuki probably got re-released. Trendy Elena probably got re-released. Okay. Mech just came out. Okay. So that means we are probably due for another re-release of a useless legendary. I'm guessing Hydro Chun-Li. That's my guess. I don't know. We'll see, right? And it's probably gonna be a dead week because the past 2 months have been like kind of dead, right? It's like dead week, and then here's a new unit, or maybe here's a re-release of an old unit with the 50% off div and soul power that's useless, or here's a re-release of a legendary that no one bought, but here you can buy it again, right? And then hey, maybe you might get a new div. What's the last new div we have? Was it Cowboy T-Hawk? I don't remember. Was that the last new div we got? I think it was. That's been a while ago. Are we due for a new div? Whatever. I don't really care, right? Whatever. So I think the next legendary, which might be a P-Star legendary, I don't know, right? We'll see. Might be really, really busted. But we'll see in a couple months, right? Also, we are in August now. September's coming up, which means we might be due for a 2.5-year anniversary. I don't know if we're going to get that. I hope we do, right? Last time, the half-year anniversary, the first half-year anniversary was sick, all right? The 1.5-year anniversry was like a Street Fighter 6 collab with Luke. That was, I don't know how I feel about that, right? So now we're at the 2.5 years. We might get a Popstar collab. I don't know. We'll see, right? But either way, I can't wait to see. I'm still playing this game. I hope you guys are too. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.